Are mass deportations coming to Texas? It's July 23rd, 2025, and these are your headlines. Big news here. The Texas National Guard is mobilizing to support U.S. immigration and customs enforcement operations across the state, sources have confirmed to Texas Scorecard. The deployment will reportedly center on managing large-scale detention facilities that are designed to facilitate mass deportations, with JAG officers potentially deputized to streamline legal processes. Hundreds of National Guard troops from across the nation will also be deployed to protect and support ICE agents in the field amid a heightened threat environment for federal immigration enforcement officers. As some background here, under Operation Lone Star, which was launched in 2021, Texas has already deployed thousands of National Guard troops to the southern border in response to the Biden administration's, let's say, lax enforcement policies. According to officials in border counties, some of those assets have already been pulled back, as U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers are now being empowered to do their jobs. Well, Texas has reportedly eased off of arresting illegal aliens and charging them with criminal trespassing as the federal government assumes responsibility for border security operations. Now, Operation Lone Star is expected to be refocused from securing the southern border to assisting with mass deportations. Legislation to ban taxpayer-funded lobbying is once again gaining momentum in the Texas Senate. Senate Bill 12 by Mays Middleton was approved unanimously by the Senate State Affairs Committee yesterday on a 10-0 vote and is expected to pass the full Senate in the coming days. The push to end the practice has been a long-standing priority of the Republican Party of Texas. Despite broad support among Republican voters, the measure has repeatedly stalled in the Texas House, often due to opposition from local government officials and the taxpayer-funded lobbyists they hired to influence legislation. According to estimates, taxpayers are expected to foot a $94.5 million bill in 2025 to fund lobbyists hired by cities, counties, and special districts. Critics argue that the practice allows local governments to use public money to advocate against the interests of the very taxpayers who fund their whole operations. Senator Middleton pointed to instances where taxpayer-funded lobbyists oppose priorities such as property tax reform, school choice, and election integrity, issues that are broadly supported by Republican voters. Meanwhile, James Quintero of the Texas Public Policy Foundation has pointed to legislative agendas from cities like Austin, Dallas, and San Antonio, which included priorities such as DEI legislation, ranked choice voting, and expanded gambling. Well, the bill is now slated to be considered by the full Senate in the coming days. During the regular session, it was never given a hearing in the House State Affairs Committee by Representative Ken King, who chairs the State Affairs Committee in the House.
Are you worried about your kid's future? You should be. I'm Charles Blaine with Texas Tomorrow. This is a show where we're going to talk about the issues and the people that are pushing the policies that concern your family, your home, and your kids. Catch Texas Tomorrow every Thursday.
For the first time in Montgomery County, a man has been convicted of murder under Texas's fentanyl law passed in 2023 after the death of an Army combat veteran. So some background, Governor Greg Abbott signed 4 major pieces of legislation in 2023 designed to combat the growing fentanyl crisis in Texas. Among them, House Bill 6 drew particular attention for introducing a new criminal offense, murder charges for anyone who supplies fentanyl that results in a death. The law also stiffened penalties for manufacturing and distributing the drug. Since it took effect, 8 individuals in Harris County have been charged under its provisions, but only 1 has been convicted. That conviction was of Michael Barnett, a 43-year-old inmate who gave another Harris County inmate a lethal dose of fentanyl. Barnett pleaded guilty in October of 2024 and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Now, neighboring Montgomery County has secured its first conviction under the law. A jury unanimously found James Carter Smith Jr. guilty of murder for his role in the fentanyl-related death of U.S. Army combat veteran Justin Fortin. Fortin died just a month after the measure was signed into law, making Smith eligible for this enhanced charge. Prosecutors also cited Smith's prior drug-related convictions during sentencing arguments. Following the verdict, Smith now faces up to 50 years in prison. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.